Welcome to Ever After a Once Upon a Time podcast. I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And Big Daddy Rob Southgate.
Okay, Molly, this is the first time seeing the pilot for this show. What did you think?
I loved it.
Yeah, did you like seeing all the characters?
Yep.
Now, how many characters do you think we can pull out? How many did we see in this episode? I remember Rumpelstiltskin.
Snow White, Prince Charming.
Yeah, we see them right away.
What about Red Riding Hood and Granny?
Yeah, that one was cool.
Who else did we see?
Now we think we may have seen the Big Bad Wolf. We saw a wolf.
Yeah, we saw a wolf, and I think it was the Big Bad Wolf.
What about the sheriff? Who do you think he is?
Peter Pan.
Well, in future, we did not see the pilot, but we've seen other episodes. In one of them, we both immediately thought he was Peter Pan, but we haven't had any verification. And in this one, he could potentially be the Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah. Any other characters you saw in this? Anyone you noticed? Geppetto. We saw him.
Geppetto and Pinocchio. And the Blue Fairy.
Yeah, the Blue Fairy. I know who this guy is.
Well, we saw the Evil Queen for sure.
Know who this guy is.
Uh-oh. There's another one that we missed?
Yes.
Who did we miss?
Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket, yeah. Well, I like that on the show they actually tell you who everybody is. You're getting to kind of see who they are, but like with the sheriff, we still don't know for sure.
No, and we don't know. I think we didn't see the pilot, but we've seen the other 9. We've seen like 8 other episodes.
Uh-huh.
And we still don't know who we don't know who the sheriff is.
Okay, so even that far
we were just guessing.
I haven't watched him. I've only seen this one.
We saw him come out of a bedroom window at one point. And it looked like he was holding the black
and he was
shadow.
Jumping off of it.
So we'll have to watch for that.
So
we jumping off the windows and stuff.
Kind of thought maybe he's Peter Pan, but we have no verification on that. And
the
today,
Big Bad Wolf does not do the jumping thing.
No, I don't. It didn't fit.
Peter Pan.
So you're thinking he's Peter Pan? Then I think if that's the case, then we haven't met the Big Bad Wolf yet.
And we haven't seen a wolf in any of the other episodes that we've seen so far.
That was definitely the Big Bad Wolf.
That was definitely the Big Bad Wolf.
He stopped
Emma
from getting out of town. Well, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back here. Let's talk about what the premise of the show is.
Okay, go on.
So the very first thing we see, we're not going to go through the whole show beat by beat, but let's talk about it. The very beginning is really important. It's got a thing that comes up on the screen, and it kind of sets up the whole show. It says, I'm going to read this like a story to you, okay? Once upon a time, there was an enchanted forest filled with all the classic characters we know or think we know. One day, they found themselves trapped in a place where all their happy endings were stolen. Our world. This is how it happened. So you guys hadn't seen that. You didn't know.
No, I don't know how we missed the pilot. Because we thought we were starting with the pilot, but we started with episode 2, I guess. And so what's interesting is that they end up in Storybrooke, Maine, and no one can leave the town.
Well,
except Emma.
Okay, at this point, we're going to go from the standpoint that I don't know. From what I can tell, Emma can't leave. Because when she tried to leave, the Big Bad Wolf stopped her. But the rest of them are trapped.
She can leave.
She can. Okay. Spoiler!
Well, it's all right.
Of course it is.
We're not spoiling much.
So the idea of the show is that all these fairy tale characters, a curse was put on them by the evil queen, who is from Snow White.
Yeah, and she plays the mayor in Storybrooke. She's acting as the mayor of the town.
And she's the one that knows what has happened here.
Yes.
The rest of them are clueless.
Well, no, Rumpelstiltskin. There's no way that guy doesn't know.
Yeah, well, we'll get to Rumpelstiltskin in a minute. We'll get to him in a minute.
He's called Mr. Gold in that world.
At this point, the one we know 100% knows what happened is the evil queen, who's also the mayor.
And Henry.
Well, Henry's figured it out. But the rest of them, they're just living their lives. And they think this is just how it is. And Henry was given a book by Snow White, who is his teacher.
Yeah, Mary Margaret Blanchard.
Yeah, Mary Margaret Blanchard. But she doesn't know she's Snow White.
No.
She just thinks Henry's a special kid, so she gave him this book of fairy tales. Mm-hmm. And he has put it together somehow. And I'm hoping that we see kind of how he did that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're killing me, you guys. So then we find out that the curse was once Snow White and Prince Charming had their baby, who is...
Emma Swan.
Yeah, Emma, that's when the curse hit. Mm-hmm. And that was so cool. Did you like when the curse hit?
That was with the smoke coming in.
Yeah, and then it broke through the not the window.
It did break the windows. It broke through the ceiling and the windows.
Yeah, I meant the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Now, that was a pretty ceiling too, wasn't it? With the moon and the stars. Like it was all painted.
Went boom.
Yeah, and then it smashed up. Mm-hmm.
So, Molly, you are a big fan of the Sisters Grimm, which is a series of books.
Yes, I am.
So, at this point, what's kind of the backstory with that? How does that fit? Does it fit with this? Are the characters similar, or are there ideas that are the same?
Well, I'm not sure they have Rumpelstiltskin in it, or Jiminy Cricket.
In Sisters Grimm? Mm-hmm. Okay.
But what is Snow White in Sisters Grimm?
A teacher.
Very
so
similar.
We have a similarity there. Wait a minute. Prince Charming is the mayor, though, in Sisters Grimm.
And he's a real jerk.
Okay.
He is.
Now, wait a minute. I just thought of another one that might be another clue. If they are somehow loosely connected, who is the big bad wolf in Sisters Grimm?
Mr. Canis.
Yeah, Mr. Canis, but what's his job?
He was the woodcutter. He's a woodcutter.
Wasn't he kind of the police? Wasn't he?
No, the three pigs.
Oh, the pigs are... Okay, now I'm confused. Because there's another thing that's similar to this called Fables, which is a comic book that is really awesome, which is not really for kids, but it's the same kind of idea. In that one, the big bad wolf is the sheriff.
Oh, in Sisters Grimm, the sheriff are the three pigs are the police. And then, but in this one, the sheriff is Prince Charming.
And Hoodwinked.
And Hoodwinked, yeah, that's another one.
They have fairy tales. Mm-hmm. They have the three pigs and stuff.
Yeah.
And who is Snow White in that one? Is she in it?
They don't have Snow White in
But Red Riding Hood is in it.
Yeah,
and Granny.
Her Granny. Now, Granny in this one owns an inn.
Yeah.
Right, she owns the bed and breakfast.
And a diner. There's a restaurant attached with it.
That's the one that Emma goes to stay at. So she's going to stay in town. That's how the episode ends with, let me explain that. So
there was the
Henry,
key, and then it had the swan on it.
Yeah, you noticed that, did you?
Molly, can you explain the episode to me? Maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. So it starts out with Henry doing what?
Going on a bus to find Emma.
Okay,
and
he goes
who's
to find Emma.
His mother.
Okay.
His real mother.
Okay, so she gave him up for adoption or something? Mm-hmm. Okay. So he goes to Boston, finds his mom, Emma.
So it's his biological mother.
Right.
And the mother that he has in Storybrooke, Maine, doesn't love him and is very mean. And we find out she's the...
And who is that?
The evil queen.
Yeah, she's the mayor.
And he kept on... no. When she was hugging him, he's like that.
Oh, he was stiff. He didn't like it? Mm-mm. Yeah, kind of a cold hug, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that like when I hug you? No. Okay.
So... but he was trying to find Emma because he thinks that Emma's very important.
Yeah.
Why
do you think Emma's important in this story?
She is the only one that can leave town.
Okay.
And Rumpelstiltskin told Snow White and Prince Charming that she could break the curse.
Okay.
She was the only one that could break the curse.
Oh, okay. So she's the only one that can break this curse, and then what'll happen when the curse is broken? Do they go back to the Enchanted Forest, or do they just know who they are? Or
now they just are like, oh yeah, I was this guy. I used to be him.
Oh,
or
interesting.
I used to be her. And then Snow White will be like, oh, so I'm Snow White, and then they'll know who they are.
So when the curse is broken here, I'll know that I'm Luke Skywalker or Spider-Man. right?
Superman.
Spoiler, I'm Superman. Don't tell. Who's mom?
Oh, I want to be Princess Aurora, or I don't think Cinderella. I love Cinderella, but no, I think I want to be Princess Aurora.
The one with the lampshade?
Oh,
Spoiler, not in this. I didn't see this. Now I'm going to know she's got a lampshade.
No, it's an ugly dress.
Okay. Well, that's
it looks
right.
like she's standing inside of a lampshade.
So, okay, in this episode, who had the best costume? Who had the best dress? What was your favorite costume? Nothing striking you?
I liked all of them.
Yeah? Well, was anybody dressed in a way that you were like, oh, that's so great?
What a couple of things that you said while we were watching it that you liked was the door in Emma's apartment. It had the writing on it.
Yeah.
You said you liked that. And I wonder what the significance of that was.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that. So was it on the inside of the door or the outside of the door?
Outside.
And it was just writing on it?
Yeah.
I wonder, did it look like the writing that was on the wardrobe that Emma as a baby was put in?
Oh.
Like, is that the
I didn't
door?
see any
It
writing.
had writing. It had words, not
Okay.
pictures. The wardrobe, I think, only had images on it.
Okay.
Yeah, that had images.
But maybe the images translate into what those words are.
I don't know.
You know, maybe it's some like a protective thing.
So she liked that. And then what other... Molly is very into the decorating and architecture and things like that. What did you not like in this episode? You didn't like something in the house that Henry lives in.
It was way too dark. Everything was almost black. Everything was black.
In Henry's
room?
No.
In the mayor's house?
Yeah, in the mayor's house.
Oh, you think so?
Not in Henry's room.
How much did you
I
love
thought her house was
in the mayor's
beautiful.
house how she had apples on the tables? Like there's apples
Oh,
everywhere.
she
because
gives apples in the future.
She gives the poison apple to Snow White.
In one of the upcoming episodes.
Oh,
too.
so those
apples
were really
are very
fun
important.
clues.
The apple tree in her yard, and yeah, it's very, very important.
And she gives an apple to
Emma Swan. Really? Spoiler, I don't want to know that. Not yet.
But you didn't like something in his room.
paper.
Oh, he had bad wallpaper? I didn't
She
see
did
it. What was the
not
wallpaper?
like the wallpaper.
The worst.
It was the worst. What was it?
No, you remember the worst is in
Is it in
Sleeping
this
Beauty's house coming up.
That's
in
coming
another
up.
episode.
That's another
No,
episode.
that is the worst wallpaper in every
In her
room.
kitchen.
So in other words, whoever the wallpaper is in Storybrooke
Yeah.
is real. Maybe it's the Frog Prince, because I can imagine he is not very good at wallpapering.
There you go.
Why?
So
Why? He's a frog.
So Molly, yeah, so she doesn't always look at the clothes and things like that, but she always notices things in the house, and she'll say, "Oh, I can't stand that one." So in this episode, it was Henry's wallpaper, and then she liked Emma's door.
Very cool.
But we didn't really notice. Not a lot of them had the fancy dresses on and things. You said you liked the teacher's shirt.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Well, I happen to like the Blue Fairy. I thought she had a fun costume.
What did we say about the Blue Fairy?
She was.
What's the word?
She's voluptuous.
And that's why Daddy likes the costume.
Daddy liked that one.
I did like the Blue Fairy. Now, she's going to be in future episodes too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to see this.
She's not in every episode, is she? She's in a couple of them.
Okay, what would you say was the most exciting part of this episode? Because this is a show with a lot of action, a lot of stuff going on. I mean, like we already talked about.
I think it was cool when Emma was talking to the one guy and they were running through the street.
Oh, the first guy, when she was showing she was a bounty hunter in the very beginning. And he thought they were on a date, and then she just called him out.
Oh,
and
yeah,
told
well, she
all
was the
his
bail
lies.
bondswoman. And
Yeah.
she had paid his bond to get out of jail, and then she was going to take him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
She paid his bond to get out of jail, and then she was going to take him in.
Take him to where he had to go, yeah.
Somebody was paying her money to capture him.
Right.
Oh, so she was going to capture him.
Right.
And she did.
Right. Yeah, that was really cool.
Where was she putting him?
Now, she was going to be taking him he had to pay her. I don't know how that works.
He owed her money or
Yeah.
something.
You know what? I saw the movie Midnight Run, and
Yeah, I
that's
don't
what the whole
remember
movie's
now.
about, but
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. Obviously,
Anyway,
we are
she
not.
was taking him to whoever was paying her for him.
Yeah. Somebody's going to write in on this show and say that we know nothing about bail bondsmanship.
No, we
And
know.
you know what? If it's fine if we don't know.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing to know.
I don't even know what that is.
No.
Yeah. I liked, two things. I liked when the curse was rolling in.
Yeah.
That whole scene, and then when
Did
it
we
hit
already
was
say
cool.
that?
Well, yeah, but that was one of my two.
We're talking about our favorite parts.
And the other thing that I
that
loved
was my favorite part,
was
too.
when Prince Charming was having the sword fight. That was so much action,
Not
and
when
he's
he was holding the
the
baby.
baby. That was crazy.
I did not like that part. That was scary. I don't like the thought of that baby getting hurt.
Yeah, but we knew the baby was going to be fine because we know that it grows up to be Emma.
It doesn't make me feel any better. Nope.
This isn't a show where you're going to see people, hurting babies. That would be that's a completely different
Okay,
show.
let me think. What did I like the best?
That's Once Upon a Crime with your host, Mr. Cadis.
Cadis?
Canis, you told me that's the big bad wolf.
You
in
said-
Sisters Grimm.
Yeah, you said Cadis.
I loved the part when Henry and Emma were in the car together, and Henry said about the fairy tales when Emma said, she had told him that she could tell when someone's lying.
Right.
That's her special power, and he said something about fairy tales, and she said, "Oh, those aren't real." And he said, "Yes, they are if you believe they're real." And he said, he's like, "Use your power on me and see if I'm lying." And she said, "Well, just because you believe it doesn't make it true." And he said, "Actually, that's the definition of truth."
Yeah, I actually wrote that down as my favorite line.
Yeah,
I thought that was a
fun.
really
I'm probably
great line.
butchering it, but
Yeah, actually, it says, just because you believe in something doesn't make it true. That's exactly what makes it true, is what Henry said.
Yeah.
That was really good. Now, okay, let's get to Rumpelstiltskin. This guy is
Mr.
awesome.
Gold. He's
So-
insane. Robert Carlyle, first of all.
who's awesome. We really like him. But we see Snow and Charming get taken down because they're trying to find out what the Queen is up to and what's going on.
And
they get
if
taken
their
down.
baby's going to be safe.
Right. They get taken down to the cell area, the jail in the castle where they're holding Rumpelstiltskin. And the guard says, whatever you do, don't tell him your name.
Yeah, because
then
if
he'll
he
have power
knows
over
your
you.
name, he has power over you.
And what is it that he asks them for in return for his information?
Her name.
Emma's name. And I thought this scene was really cool because he calls out, number one, that it's a girl. And Charming says, no, we're having a boy. And he says, she knows. Snow White knows. It's a girl.
That's what happened to us.
It is.
We thought
we were having a boy.
And then the ultrasound technician would have been Rumpelstiltskin in this case and said, you're having a girl.
Hopefully the ultrasound technician's not going to show up 28 years later and try to reclaim you.
Right, that would be bad.
So, you're just smiling at that one.
It's funny.
So I really liked that, though. He was a really interesting character. I like that he turns out to be the money guy in town. So we've got the mayor
He
who's
owns
the evil queen.
Yeah, the granny
he
said
owns
he owns the
everything.
whole town. And yeah, because you'll see it in future. He's literally in all the episodes that we've seen so far. He's in every single one, and he's
a sleazeball,
masterminding
right?
every single thing that happens is because of him.
Okay. So he was there when Emma tries to check into Granny's bed and breakfast. Do you think he knew that she was there, or do you think he was surprised? Because I loved how she says her name is Emma, and then you hear him behind, "Oh, Emma!" Like he just all of a sudden is there.
I don't believe that he's been surprised by anything.
Oh, you think he knew that
Right,
she
Mal?
was there
When
and
in
he was
future
expecting
episodes too, he always seems to know what's going to happen. I think.
it? Yeah.
So that's why they went to him and he was like, "No, it's a girl."
Because
Right?
he knows. He just knows.
Because he knows.
stuff.
He's on top of everything.
Yeah. So,
Wow. So we had a couple of good villains that have been introduced. And I know that we're going to get a lot more as we go on, because think about the fairy tales. There's so many villains and there's so many other characters. Like,
Maleficent shows up.
Maleficent.
not in this one. We don't
No,
want to
but
jump ahead.
she'll show up in
I
the
bet
future
Captain Hook will show up at some point. I know that eventually,
Well, they are
Ursula
in Maine, so he probably is a boat worker, somewhere.
Do you think the crocodile will be there?
No, yeah.
I hope s1e is. s1e's always been one of my favorites.
So, yeah,
Because what?
Because he's funny.
He is
s1e
funny.
Is funny, yeah. So, what were you asking?
Well, I was just asking what heroes and villains are coming up, but I think we've
Heroes that are coming up are Princess Aurora.
Oh, okay. So we're going to see
That
her
we
soon.
know for sure.
That would mean Maleficent. Now, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is her prince there? Because Prince Charming, is he the same prince in all the things? Isn't it Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty?
Yes,
No.
but there's an issue in this.
Okay, don't tell me. We're going to get to that because we're definitely going to do that.
What was your least favorite moment in the show?
Was there anything you didn't like?
Anything you wish
Other than
didn't
his
happen?
wallpaper?
Anything that you think, oh no, that's so sad. Maybe Prince Charming dying for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that was surprising, but
And I didn't get that.
without knowing what happens, I would assume that he's not dead. I would assume that maybe during the curse he comes back to life or something. We'll find out.
Yeah, probably.
Because I haven't seen past this episode, so anytime you guys are talking about this stuff, I really don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming he's not dead, because that would seem really weird to kill Prince Charming. Mm-hmm. But we'll see.
Yeah,
there's lots of princes to show up.
We haven't seen any of the kings.
Oh yeah, they're important kings. Well, and like Cinderella hasn't appeared, and there's no way they have a show about Once Upon a Time without Cinderella showing up.
Have we seen Cinderella yet? In other episodes?
Oh my gosh!
You could say yes or no.
Yes!
Okay, what? And do you remember one of the episodes we saw a king? Which one?
No, I don't want to
Prince
know.
Charming's
No.
king. The guy with the gold hand.
Who?
Midas.
King Midas. Oh boy! Oh, I can't wait to get to those.
And everything in the episode is washed in gold. Everybody looks.
Okay,
Sort of
we're not there yet, you guys.
I know.
So let's wrap this one up, because all we're doing is laying all these new ideas on people that are going to be all excited for these
Well,
other
they should
episodes.
be. They should keep watching, because it's
This
such
one
a
was
great show.
really cool. And the way it wrapped up, the way it ended. Does anyone remember how it ended, Molly?
What was the final scene?
We see Emma check into the bed and breakfast, and we see Rumpelstiltskin, and we know that he has some kind of connection with Red Riding Hood too.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
But because of the
'Cause they
face
made
she makes.
eyes.
Yeah, she made a face at him like they knew each other, like they'd been talking. So who knows? Maybe Red Riding Hood's not such a good guy after all. Is she a good guy in Sisters Grimm?
Yeah.
She is.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
'Cause
except for when she kidnapped everybody trying to build her family around her.
And in Fables,
She's a lunatic.
okay, in Fables she's not really.
No,
that,
I don't think
that
she's a good guy in this one.
Okay, so for some reason there's some Red Riding hate out there.
Oh no, and not here.
No,
And-
I mean by the people that write these things.
Yeah, and I don't think
always
in
making
this,
her a bad guy.
in this episode, in this series, we haven't seen her be bad necessarily. She's just
drawn that
not
way?
good.
Okay.
She's just always she's crabby.
She's a
Okay.
teenager.
Oh, surly teenager.
Is she maybe she's a teenager.
Yeah.
So how does it end?
Well, the very last thing we see is
The key. And it had the swan on it.
that's
and
not the last thing we saw.
Yes, it is.
No.
It was the last thing Molly saw because she was so distracted
Yeah.
by the swan.
But the
is
key with
that
the
it?
swan was pretty cool. That's the one that Emma gets for her room in the
Mm-hmm.
bed and breakfast. But the last thing we see is the clock that throughout the episode was frozen.
At 8:15.
Oh, yeah.
It moves. And what's significant about that?
I'm a swan.
Well, yeah, but why
What
does
does
that
that
matter?
mean?
What did Henry say about the clock?
That it was always frozen.
Time stands still in Storybrooke because of the curse. That's why nobody is aging and nobody knows what's going on.
So then I think when it was unfrozen, everybody started aging.
Probably. Well, he also said that when Emma showed up, he was hoping the clock would move because that would mean that it's setting everything in motion to the final battle. And the very last thing we saw was the clock move.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that means we're leading to the final battle, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right.
If
That
mom,
is great.
when mom does that, that means that we're leading to the final battle.
Okay, well, we'll listen for that going forward, right?
All right. Well, I
Well, that
think
was
that
it.
wraps it up.
Well, thank you for listening, everybody. We can't wait to go through episode by episode of Once Upon a Time with you.
And we hope that we go to episode 7 very soon.
Yeah.
We have to get to it quick so that you guys can catch up and we can...
And we can explain all the things we know.
Yeah, because it's hard to not talk about it when we know.
I want to get to the point that that you guys can't spoil anything, and we're all exploring it together for the first time.
Exactly. So we'll do them fast so we can get there.
Well, follow us on Facebook. We're going to put up a page for our show, Ever Afters.
What'd you call us?
And
Ever Aster.
And we'll also put up some social media for you parents that are listening. For parents, you can follow me at R Southgate.
And you can
follow the show at
Southgate Media Group.
Well, that's the name of our website. What's the name of our website, Molly? Spit it out. www.southgatemediagroup.com. Okay. So this was brought to you by Southgate Media Group, and it's part of the Kiddie Pool Network, which is our new network.
Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm on the Kiddie Pool.
Yeah, so this is the new network that's all family and kids shows. How fun is that?
Fun.
Yeah. All right. Martha, do you have anything more you want to say?
I don't. I just want to go watch some more episodes.
Me too.
Well, we're not going to watch any more episodes right now. Thanks for listening, everybody. And I know how we're going to end it. Let's end this like every good story ends.
Happily ever after.
The